PurpleAir monitors are installed at multiple community air monitoring sites throughout Hillsborough County and next to highways. These community sites can help you, me, and all of our neighbors better understand the air quality where we all live, learn, work, and also play. In this video, we'll go over how to access and understand the air quality data using PurpleAir's interactive real-time air quality map. You can get to the map by going to the project webpage, or you can also Google the PurpleAir map and click on the real-time air quality map. Once the map loads, you'll see a lot of different circles on the map in different colors. These circles represent the PurpleAir monitors at different locations.
So we know how to get to the map now, but what does the map tell us? PurpleAir monitors measure the amount of particle matter, or PM, in the air. PM is very small pieces or particles of matter, and they come in different sizes. The size is measured by their diameter, or the width of the particle. For example, PM 2.5 is a term used for the 5 particles, with diameters that are generally 2.5 micrometer and smaller. PM 2.5 is important to measure because they can be inhaled, get deep into your lungs, and the smallest can even get into your bloodstream. At high levels, they pose an important risk to health. The PurpleAir map helps us see in real time how much PM is in the air and if it may pose a health risk. There are many types of information called data layers on the PurpleAir map. We will talk about the 2 data layers that are very important to help us understand the data on this map. We will start with the 5 particle concentrations measured directly by the device, also known as raw data. So to see the PM 2.5 levels on the map, you can click the bar on the left and select raw PM 2.5 microgram per meter cube from the list. Then the numbers in the circle on the map shows you the real-time PM 2.5 concentrations at different sites. However, the raw data values can be impacted by ambient weather conditions, such as temperature and relative humidity, and reduce the accuracy of the measurements. Therefore, the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency and other researchers have developed approaches to calibrate or adjust the raw PM 2.5 to produce more accurate measurements. These calibrated values can be viewed by selecting the calibration method from the Apply Conversion dropdown. We suggest using the US EPA method. For more information about the calibration conversion, you can click the info icon to learn more about the equations and conversion methods.
So all of these values are very informative to air quality specialists, but they can be really confusing to everyone else. To understand what they mean, we'll look at another important data layer, the US EPA PM-AQI. AQI stands for Air Quality Index, and it is a measure by the EPA to communicate air quality levels from a health perspective. When we use this layer, each monitor's PM 2.5 concentration values are converted to AQI values using a mathematical equation. Those values tell us how pollution levels correspond to health impacts. First, we'll look at the AQI values, then we'll explore the data layer on the map. The EPA divides the AQI into 6 categories, and each category corresponds to a different level of health concern. So, for example, when the color is green, it means the value in the circle is between 0 to 50. That also means there's little risk from this exposure. When the color becomes yellow, the index values are between 51 to 100, and the level of concern for health effects is moderate. In this case, the air quality may be a risk for some unusually sensitive groups. When the color becomes orange, it means the pollutant levels generally exceed the US EPA National Ambient Air Quality Standards, or the allowed levels in the US. And that means the air is unhealthy for sensitive groups. As the red color becomes darker, it means more people will be affected and they may experience more serious health effects. You can also visit the US EPA Air Now website for more information about the AQI.
Now let's go back to the PurpleAir's map and see what these values and colors mean. To get to the data layer, click the drop-down menu and select US EPA PM2.5 AQI. The values on the map will now show us AQI values based on the PM2.5 levels at each site. You can also select the averaging period here and see the average AQI value for a different periods of time. The average values for shorter periods of time typically vary a lot more than those for longer periods of time. Now the AQI bar on the map will correspond to the colors of the circles. The color bar on the bottom left shows the AQI categories that help us to determine the health effects of the air quality at each site. You can also hover over the colors for information on the levels of health concerns associated with each AQI category. If you see the gray circle, that means the monitor is currently unable to transmit the data.
So if we want to know more about a specific monitoring site, then we can click on one of the circles and a pop-up panel appears. This panel shows some basic information about the PurpleAir monitor and the current pollution levels at the site. You can also see the community site name and the internet signal on the panel.
Now let's look at the graph on the screen to view the trend in pollutant levels over time at each site. This graph shows us the different concentration levels over the last 2 weeks. The horizontal axis shows the date, and the vertical axis shows the pollutant or AQI level based on the data layer you select. The trend lines in the graph show how the level changes over time. You can see 2 similar trend lines in the graph. Because there are 2 sensors in one PurpleAir monitor, sensor A and sensor B. The reason for this is the readings can be averaged from the 2 different sensors and make the reported values more accurate. If you want to download the graph or data, you can click the 3 bars to access the chart menu.
We really hope this video will help you further explore your community's air quality. If you want to get involved and learn more about the project or community air monitoring sites, you can visit the project webpage or feel free to reach out to us for more information.